I came to America in 1970 aboard a Boeing 747, the world's largest passenger aeroplane, to take up my post at the British consulate. A highlight of my diplomatic career was the day I accompanied Prince Charles on a visit to Raw Industries in Chula Vista, south of San Diego. He was unmarried at the time, and I thoroughly enjoyed this close encounter with the future King of England. Neither of us realized that disaster lay ahead, divorce. It was like being fed to the sharks. I was stripped of all material possessions I'd worked so hard to acquire, and left after 23 years of marriage with little to show for it. I called it the Great White Divorce Attack. Slowly I recovered from this devastating ordeal and had time to contemplate my future. Although I had little money, I realized I had my health and the rest of my life to choose from, and that's when I decided that what I really wanted to do was to travel and see the world for myself. So I bought a backpack and a round-the-world ticket and took off by myself to find happiness. I was in Hawaii. I was on the tour bus to visit the renowned Polynesian Culture Center when a voice asked, "Is anyone sitting next to you?" It was beautiful Corinne. We shared the day together. I think I impressed her with my knowledge of the Polynesian culture from my 3-month yacht cruise. And here we shared our exciting news with my mother and 2 brothers, a time to celebrate, a new life ahead of us. Back home in San Diego, we were married in the colonial Spanish chapel in beautiful Balboa Park, attended by a few close friends. We have lived our dream, which we want to share with you. We discovered that this is a beautiful world, as you will see from watching our travels, sharing our adventures, and meeting the many friends we've made. Corinne, give viewers a quick preview of the places we've been to whet their appetites, to want to see the full-length DVDs of our exciting travels.
Okay, Barry, let's start with Kenya. We joined an African wildlife safari. We got to spend 6 weeks in this amazing part of the world, living in tents surrounded by wildlife. From darkest Africa to South America. We spent 5 fabulous weeks in Peru, land of the Incas. But this is the reason most tourists come to Peru. Machu Picchu, lost city of the Incas. North of Peru is the charming small country of Ecuador. From the capital of Quito, we traveled to a remote village. This was market day, and that's the little piggy that got dragged to market. 600 miles due west in the Pacific Ocean are the Galapagos Islands, also part of Ecuador. The last Garden of Eden, where the wildlife are unafraid of humans, even Barry. Barry had told me all about India, where he nearly died. But we're taking an unforgettable train ride on the historic Palace on Wheels. It's a 1-week, 1,600-mile train journey from Delhi across the Thar Desert as far west as Jaisalmer, built on the Silk Route. This is Shimla, built during British rule to escape the summer heat of Delhi. Barry felt quite at home. From the far north, we flew to the far south, Kerala. This is a Kathakali dancer. Takes the performer 3 hours to dress and make up for a 1-hour show. Well worth it. Barry had spent 3 months cruising the South Seas before we ever met, and I really wanted to visit these tropical islands for myself. I loved Fiji, where the local greeting is Bula. We enjoyed the beautiful beaches and resorts, but wanted to experience more of the local culture. The Solomon Islands, once a British colony, featured prominently in World War II. It was here that America took on the might of the Japanese military. Over 50 years later, the warplanes, tanks, and ships are still here on display. Once referred to as the Evil Empire, we couldn't wait to explore Russia after the fall of communism. Behind us in Red Square is St. Basil's Cathedral, built by Ivan the Terrible. We marveled at the splendor of the summer palaces outside St. Petersburg. Our 2-part series also includes Kiev in the Ukraine and Riga in Latvia. I was thrilled to have the opportunity to visit China, the most populated country in the world, and to actually walk along the Great Wall of China, built during the time of the first Emperor Qin. Our 2-part series on China also covers our Yangtze River cruise, Guilin, and Hong Kong, the Southeast Asian country of Vietnam. After 3 weeks of whirlwind travel from Hanoi to Saigon, what do I now remember most? The smiling, friendly people, the stunning beauty of their country, and their delectably fresh cuisine. Our most daring adventure, though, was a 6-month drive in our VW camper van from San Diego through Mexico and Central America to the little country of Costa Rica. We visited the Mayan ruined city of Palenque in southern Mexico and then zoomed along the Pan American Highway to finally reach the peaceful country of Costa Rica. Journey to rediscover my roots led us to Japan, a 2-part series, where we visited with family, my dad's younger sister, her son and his wife, and toured the ancient cities of Kanazawa, Tokyo, Nikko, Nagoya, and Kyoto. Equipped with a new digital camera, Barry shot still photos and video clips and converted them to DVDs. This journey is more about people than places. Starts in Brisbane, leads south to Sydney, across to Canberra and Melbourne, and north to Adelaide, where we board the Indian Pacific train to cross the Nullarbor Plains to Perth. Our return visit to New Zealand covers similar visits with friends in North and South Islands. Our South American coast-to-coast land journey starts in Santiago, Chile, heading north to Valparaiso and La Serena before crossing the Atacama Desert to San Pedro de Atacama. The beautiful skyline at Santiago at the beginning of our 5-week adventure. We love the colonial town of Salta in northern Argentina, where we spent the day horseback riding at a working cattle ranch. We thrilled to the sheer majesty of Iguazu Falls and eventually ended up at Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, a relaxing stroll at Copacabana Beach. Our 4-part series covers our hectic but memorable time in Chile, Argentina, Paraguay, and Brazil. And now, with DVDs, we can't wait to share our rich experiences and adventures with you as we celebrate 20 years of world travel.